and welcome back. And today we're going to be rating the 2022 Spirit Halloween animatronics. And I don't think this is a really good year for Spirit Halloween. The first prop we're going to be rating is this grave popper guy. I don't really remember what his name is, but we have seen this before, and this looks like it came out of the dollar store and is definitely not even close to worth $150. And this is just so unoriginal, and there wasn't a lot of thought that went into this one. They just threw it together. So this is definitely going into the D category. Okay, next is Lord Raven. This is one of my favorites for this year. He has really good movement, but honestly, I don't think he's tall enough. I mean, he is $300, so he definitely should be taller than 6 feet. But he has really good movement, and this is good enough to go into the B category. Okay, next up is Monty. He's a really cool animatronic. He has good movement. He is pretty unique, and he's really scary too. So, this guy gotta go in the B category as well. Now this is just really bad. I mean, it's a spider, and like, how could this possibly be considered an animatronic? Because they're everywhere, and you can buy one for probably less than $50. But this is like, I forget, like, is this like $100? It's at least $100, and like, it's way overpriced, and it's definitely D. Okay, next is my favorite for this year, the Widow. Now, she has so much detail gone into her face, and she is just nightmare fuel. She is an amazing animatronic. If she had a little bit more movement, I don't know, she would go into the S category. I don't know about the jump scare part of this, because it's quite a little bit of movement for a jump scare prop. But other than that, like, I love the idea of this. Okay, next up is Bog Zombie. Now, at first I thought this was going to be a servo prop like Grim from last year, but it didn't end up being a servo prop, and I can't say I'm that disappointed about that, because we do have another servo prop for this year. But I love his movement. His movement's pretty good, but I don't think he's worth the price either. I mean, he's better than all the other animatronics pricing, but I don't know. He's just not my favorite. He doesn't look as scary as he should, so that's the C category. Okay, next up is Mr. Punchy. I do not like this guy. I don't know why anyone does. He's very cheap. He's not really scary, and he even screams at the end of his phrases, and he's not even a jump scare prop. So I don't know what they were doing with this. I mean, it's at least better than these two. So, but it's not as good as the Bog Zombie. I don't know. If there was like in between C and D, you would definitely go there. But I gotta put him in the D category. Okay, next up is Little Skully Bones. He is very bad. Like, if they were gonna bring back Little Skully Bones, they should have just brought him back originally in the swing. But like, as a jump scare prop, that is the least fitting like type of prop for this animatronic. Like, Little Skully Bones isn't even scary. He's cute, not scary. So I don't know what they were doing with this one. I mean, he has good animation and would work good on a different prop, but not Little Skully Bones. Just no. I was never a fan anyway. Okay, next up is Bag of Bones. Now, I will say I really don't like this guy because, you know, the Goblin Thief from Home Depot, he is a goblin and he's the exact same price. So, like, this is just way overpriced, and I don't know why anyone would even think of buying him because he's just way up there. So he has to go in the fail. I'm sorry for the people who like this guy, but he's really bad in my opinion. Next up is Regan from The Exorcist. Now, she is very unique. They brought back Regan from a couple of years ago. Not a couple, it was quite a while ago now. So, same type of animation, except they added a projector, which I really love. I mean, she is a little too expensive for the small prop that she is, but she's still gonna go up there with in the B category just because she's really scary. Okay, next up is Possessed Pumpkin. Now he would definitely go higher if he had good audio, but his audio is just absolutely terrible. His phrases are like a joke. So in that case, he's got to go in the C category. I mean, his detail and everything, that's all good, but his phrases and audio is just a joke. Next up is Strawman. I do like this guy. He's got really good phrases, in my opinion, and he's a good servo prop. He's got lots of movement, and as a scarecrow prop, he's got a lot of detail in the face, and I think it's one of the best scarecrow props we got in a long time, other than Jack Straw. So I would definitely put him in the B category just because of that. Now next is Nozzles. Now I do really like this guy, and a lot of people do. He's a lot like Wacky Mole, because his mouth doesn't move and his face kind of looks similar, but he's got a lot of animation and like all that, but his price and everything is just absolutely terrible, and I would never think of buying this guy because you also need to buy a fog machine for him, and he looks better in a black light, which you also need to buy. So like if he was cheaper, he would definitely go in the B category, but for his price, he would go in the C category. Now, next up is one of my least favorite, young Crouchy. Now, like, seriously, Spirit, you take an existing prop and you make it smaller and call it young. Like, who does that? Like, you shouldn't do that. Just bring back Crouchy. I'd rather you bring back Crouchy than this little thing. It's not scary, it's cute. It's really cute, like Skully Bones, so he's a fail. Okay, next is Betty Sharp. Now, if this had any more movement, just other than the bag, it would go really high, either in the B or A category. But there's just not enough movement, and the price is pretty high for the lack of movement. I mean, I do love her phrases. It's pretty creepy and nightmare fuel, and she does have quite a bit of blood, which we haven't seen in a while. But if she had like glowing white eyes or like any more movement, she would definitely go much higher, because it's similar to some of those older spirit props that were actually scary. But other than that, just because of her price and lack of movement, she's going in the C category. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see any more videos like this, where I will probably be rating the Party City animatronics next. So stay in tune, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.